Hello everyone, it's Stray Faye here with another episode of Variable Barricade. Alright, last episode, we get a new friend, we got a new character, the demure, while living a double life, Arimura. Also our techie girl gave us a new feature, RABI, our robot rabbit to help spy on the guys. And we also unlocked the next barricade board for Shion, although the game wants us to go back to the common route board, so we'll do that. Also very interesting with like Kasuga. I was kind of thinking overnight about like what Kasuga was doing. Very suspicious, kind of like digging into like the identity of all our friends. I guess not like too out of the blue though. I mean, she is a noble lady, gotta make sure you know who she's getting into, but also brings up like an interesting point that he knows a lot more than he's like letting Hibari know. There's like no way he didn't do a detailed report on all the guys, so like he knows a lot more than he's letting off. But yeah, I don't know how much we're gonna learn about Kasuga. Maybe in that chapter, my one true ally. Alright, so the game wants us to continue with Arimura's dream. Arimura comes to visit the house to repair RABI. We start talking and the subject turns to our futures. Alright, let's begin this one. Play this event. Bag, uniform, good, I'm ready. I looked in the mirror and tucked in a few stray strands of hair, and then I picked up my bag and went to the door. RABI sat in front of it like a miniature and steadfast guardian. Oh, will you miss me when I leave? Do you want to come to school with me? Oh, she's acting all so weird, this robot. I grinned at RABI and gave him a pat on the head. The robotic rabbit flapped its ears up and down in what I believe was happiness. Maybe it has like an internal AI. Maybe it kind of like feels things. Otherwise, it's kind of weird that she's like anthropomorphizing this rabbit and like giving it feelings. Unfortunately, you need to stay at home. You have an important job to do, protecting this house from those boys. All right? Good. Now paw. RABI responded to the command and raised its arm. And then it happened. Suddenly, it began to shudder and jerk about. Uh-oh. RABI? RABI, what's wrong? I called its name over and over, but the alarming jolting didn't stop. Well, that's a safety issue. Oh, right. I have Arimura's instruction manual. What page would it be? I scanned through the manual, but couldn't find anything remotely related to what I was seeing. Hurry, he's overheating. The circuitry is burning. This sounds like a microwave now. I kept flipping pages hoping to find something that might help, when suddenly RABI emitted a strange whine. And then RABI abruptly stopped, freezing in an unnatural pose. Oh wow, this is like so soon after we got him. Is he under warranty? RABI? The screen display, which usually had some kind of message, was blank. I tried to keep my mounting concern in check, while I pressed the on button and held it. Turn it off and on again. I pressed it harder and held it for longer. But no matter how many times I pushed the button, RABI didn't turn back on. He's dead. What do I do now? I picked up the motionless RABI and clutched it tight. We had this thing for like how long? And she's like, no, my robot rabbit. Its mechanical body was cold like always, but this time that sensation was unbearably sad to me. Miss Hibari, if you don't come down for breakfast shortly, time may become an issue. I know, but I didn't want to leave RABI like this. I pulled out my phone in a last-ditch effort. Arimura, help! RABI's dying! I sent the message with a quick wish and a prayer. I mean, now you're just being silly. But in the end, RABI didn't budge from its pitiful, broken pose. My appetite was completely gone, so I went to school without breakfast. Ichiya had stood in the kitchen with his apron on, looking disappointed, but I couldn't make myself eat over a toy, okay? I was too worried about RABI. I sent that whiz message a while ago, but it hadn't even been read yet. Didn't Arimura check her phone in the morning? Maybe she forgot it at home, or maybe she was sick and didn't feel like bothering with her phone. If she wasn't feeling well, it was possible that she wouldn't be at school today. I stared at the classroom door and took in a deep breath to slow my racing heart. The clock ticked mercilessly forward. One by one, students wandered into the room. I glanced at each of them, looking for Arimura. There she is. There she was. Our eyes met. I immediately stood up. Drawing attention. She said she didn't want attention at school. And accidentally knocked my chair over with a clatter. The room fell silent as everyone's eyes settled on me. I saw Arimura's mouth twitch as she looked away. And I was like, God dang it. Why is she after me at school? I told her not to. You're very bad at acting, Hibari. She didn't have to speak for me to get the message loud and clear. Her posture clearly said, don't talk to me. Pardon me. The awkward silence stretched on as I set my chair upright. The moment I sat was like a signal, and the normal classroom chatter picked up again. I relaxed. I took a deep breath and straightened my posture, then snuck a glance at Arimura. I stared at her for a moment, but she showed no indication that she would look back at me. Man, she's gonna regret not looking at her text. She could have probably avoided the awkward stare if she just replied back. In fact, she deliberately looked in the other direction, sending a clear signal for me to stop staring. I know. I resisted the urge to sigh. Suddenly my phone buzzed on my desk. I'll bring what I need after school. Give me your address. Gasp. The simple message nearly brought tears to my eyes. RABI would be saved. Filled with relief and gratitude, I sent a brief thank you reply to her. Why not come home with me? Pass. You should know why. Address. Okay, I get it. Didn't want to see everyone getting into your car. I stared at her blunt message for a moment before sending along my address. She's gonna meet all the guys. Will she find her way here all right? I mean, I gave her my address. Maybe I should have sent someone to get her. Hey, Hibari, are you waiting for a present to come or something? You're awful fidgety. You're getting a present? Well, I can hardly let myself be outdone. I'll give you a gift of my own right now. A sweet kiss on your ruby lips. Come on, Ichiya, that's harassment. Leave me alone. Let me guess. You're too shy because we have an audience. How sweet. Why don't we go into my room then? Alright, well, maybe we need to program RABI to go into his bedroom. For our own safety, Jesus. I said go away. No matter what you get, I'll be happy to carry it for you. Even if it's big. I'm strong, you know. I'm fine. Would you two just go into the living room? Don't come out until I say it's okay. Understood? Okay. The two of them dragged their feet into the living room, making no bones about their reluctance. I watched them disappear around the corner, and I mean, Ichiya kind of deserved that, but Nayata was just trying to help. There she is. She's like, don't bother me. My girlfriend is here. She's so happy. The doorbell rang cheerily. I didn't even wait for the sound to fade before pulling open the door. Jeez, don't seem so desperate, girl. Arimura, thank you so much for coming. RABI is waiting in my room. If you'll take off your shoes, we'll go right up. Ugh. Calm down, would you? This isn't some kind of race. Well, yes, but... Miss Hibari, have you invited a guest? Kasuga came to the foyer, having heard the commotion. I opened my mouth to introduce Arimura when a thought suddenly struck me. I haven't introduced Kasuga to someone like this since Tsumugi. I mean, Kasuga probably knows all about Arimura now. Realizing that, I kicked into hostess mode. Kasuga, this is Miss Noa Arimura. I mentioned her to you before, correct? Today, she's kindly come to repair RABI for me. She's very knowledgeable about technology. I see. Miss Arimura, I am Miss Hibari's butler, Kasuga. Thank you very much for being so considerate of her. Hey. Kasuga smiled politely. Arimura looked away and bobbed her head in a curt bow. Okay, let's go up to my room. I'd like you to hurry and look at RABI if you don't mind. I'll bring tea and snacks up a little later. Please enjoy your visit, Miss Arimura. Don't mind me. We had dispensed with the polite formalities, so the two of us hurried to my room. Ugh. The moment we stepped into my room, Noah let out an exhausted sigh. What's wrong? Noah gave me a look. Angie. Nothing. Whatever. Where's RABI? I went and got RABI for Arimura. It just got stuck like this. Can you fix it? Arimura took the little rabbit from me, flipped it upside down, touched its ears, and in general looked it all around. She pulled a tablet out of her bag and connected it to a port on RABI with a thick cable. Oh yes, the clicking the keys on her tablet. For a time, the only sound in my room was the clicking of keys. I'm in. Yep. You asked me if I could fix it. I can, so quit staring at me. It's distracting. Let me work for about half an hour, okay? Okay. I turned away from Arimura and breathed a big sigh of relief. RABI could be fixed. Thank goodness. Once it was all better, I'd have to make sure I took extra good care of it. As those thoughts ran through my head, I kept peeking over my shoulder at Arimura. The most useful thing I could do right now was stay out of her hair. Oh, I know. I could bring her some tea to thank her. In fact, I'd like to brew it myself, but Kasuga's brewing tea for you right now. I quietly left my room and went to see Kasuga. There, that should do it. Try turning it on. I nervously reached out and gave RABI's on button a firm press. And RABI smoothly shifted out of its unnatural pose and began to move. Its ears flapped happily in what I always interpreted as its good morning gesture. It was adorable. RABI, oh thank goodness! Arimura, thank you! Thank you so much! Sure. Looks like something glitched when it was trying to run a backup. I guess I'm fine doing occasional maintenance. I did give RABI to you after all. Arimura briskly cleaned up the cords on her tablet and then stood up to leave. RABI needs like a software update. It's like we just got him. he's already breaking. I'm off then. Maybe RABI's a prototype. I don't know. What? Already? Yeah, I'm done. Oh, but, I have some nice snacks and tea here. Won't you stay for a few minutes and have some? I gave her my most earnest look. After a moment, Arimura heaved a sigh. She really does not want to be your friend. Just for a few minutes. I jumped up and hurriedly laid out the snacks and tea. Arimura watched and muttered. You're way different at home than you are at school, Tojo. Oh? Yeah, you're like a little kid here. That was a shock. I exhibited decorum and spoke politely in everything I did. Or so I thought. You're just a little enthusiastic here, is all. The last thing I expected was to be told I was being like a child. I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just at school you always give off perfect young lady vibes. Oh well. Have any kind of status and everybody'll be watching you. I get that. Hell, Kano puts on an award-winning performance every day. When people talk about how modest and gentle she is, I have to wonder who they're talking about. She had a point. Tsumugi kept much of her, power in check when she was at school. I could totally see how someone would think of her as a world-class actor. Come to think of it, how did you and Tsumugi get to know each other? Ugh. Just thinking about it ticks me off even now. Yeah, I was a bit careless, but still. Arimura's face scrunched up in disgust. Oh, flashback. So yeah, it was right after we started second year. It'd become my ritual to go out and have a blast in the city to blow off stress from our stuffy school. Oh, okay, I'm guessing this is Arimura's perspective. After school one day, I booked it to the powder room I used to get changed. And that's when the nightmare began. Oh, just changing your makeup. Ugh, school today was the worst. How can those girls walk around saying how do you do to everyone like that? Don't they feel like total clowns? Meanwhile, as you guys are putting on your makeup. Anyway, where do I want to hang out tonight? A club? A pub? You're in high school. Who's gonna let you in one of those? You got a fake ID, girl? Oh, maybe I could pick up some hot guy on street and ask him to do karaoke with me. What's her deal? Gothic Lolita? All that fabric looks heavy. Doesn't she get a backache hefting all that around? Oh well, not like we get along or anything. Wait, where's my wig? Okay, there we go. It'd be too much to dye her hair every time. Yeah, they got some like, you get some like fancy wigs out there. Although that might feel kind of stuffy, just like stuffing your hair underneath a hairpiece. Maybe I should change up my wig color. Get something with highlights. That'd be cool. Ugh. I want to graduate so I can dye my hair for real. I mean, why not? Why not just dye it now? I had like stupid rules at school too, where it's like you can only have, well, they let you dye your hair, but it had to be like a natural hair color, so like no crazy blues or pinks or whatever. In this world, it doesn't really make sense though, because everyone has crazy hair colors. Like her hair is green. Better get going. Now let's see, who do I want to see today? I just hung out with Kenji last night. Maybe Naoto or Hiro. Which one? Tap, tap. Is someone trying to hit on me? Tap, tap. What do you want? Hello. The Gyaru meets Gothic Lolita. The showdown begins. Hey, it's that goth lolly chick from before. What does she want? Wait a minute. She looks familiar. I'd seen her before. Recently. Close up. Her makeup and costume hides a lot, but... She was Tsumugi Kano, my new classmate. Great, this sucks. Oh ho ho ho! I noticed you go into the powder room, so I took the liberty of following you. The whole time? I didn't expect to find one of the stuck-up young ladies from St. Anya's around here. Kano gave me a kind grin. Shall we go somewhere for a cup of tea? You're quite skilled at disguises, Miss Arimura. And that's how she got the blackmail material. That day still haunts me in my nightmares. It feels kind of unfair though. Like, just wants her freedom, and then Kano is just dangling it over her for like favors whenever it suits her. Like blackmail, like when it's like it never ends. Like she's gonna keep asking for favors. Arimura grimaced and I grinned wryly. She's not a bad person. She's simply unique, that's all. And it's kind of bad doing what she's doing. Blackmailing a person to just get continual favors. Yeah, I wouldn't call that good. I never said she was bad, annoying, calculating, merciless, and opportunistic. Yes, bad? No. I couldn't disagree. Still, she's kind of fun to talk to. It's nice having someone to talk about, like, real-world stuff with. That said, I don't want to talk to her at school. Because it draw attention? Arimura nodded. Did something unpleasant happen? Not really, but... It felt like she was gonna say more, so I sat quietly and waited. It's a real boring story. You sure you want to hear it? I nodded enthusiastically. She sighed and warned me that it might take a while, then she began to speak. So yeah, my family's only newly wealthy. We were a normal family, but then my dad's patents started making us bank. Those patents got my family a gig over in America too. I was supposed to go with them, but I wound up staying here in the end. Why? Because my mom told me to go to St. Anya's. We're rich now, so she wanted me to learn about, you know, the rich people lifestyle and stuff. You know, the new rich. Besides, just graduating from St. Anya's means major prestige. I don't hate my mom. Kinda respect her, actually, so I figured I might as well. Oh. But I was not prepared for how stuffy that place is. The girls act nice, but they care a ton about pedigree. They're always subtly trying to one-up you, too. In a place like that, some newly rich upstart makes a great target for their stress. Arimura shrugged and said it didn't really bother her that much. It kind of seems kind of lonely, though. But I could easily see how that experience would kill a person's desire to be involved in high school life. She may not have said as much, but I could read between the lines to know that's how she felt. Once I graduate, I'm going to move to America. I can play the part of the mousy wallflower for another year or two. After school, though, I'm going to have fun. She's going to go wild in college. So yeah, I don't want to be associated with Miss School Celebrity. That's you, by the way. And end up having the whole class hate me. No thanks. That caused trouble, and I don't want to make any problems for my parents. So keep ignoring me in class, got it? She spoke so matter-of-factly. I couldn't bring myself to say anything in reply. What she experienced was the unfortunate truth. St. Anya's was a school for the well-to-do. Pedigree was definitely a matter of concern. If your family was wealthy and influential, you were considered well-bred. People flocked to those who were well-bred. I knew that better than anyone. The jealousy was also very real, as were the petty attacks that came with it. Poor Samugi put up with so much in middle school. No. Don't you think it's high time you stop that? Would you stop going about acting as if you're somehow Miss Tojo's friend? Samugi might have put up a tough front while I was watching, but I'm sure their words hurt. As I thought back on it, my eyes drifted to the floor. I'm sorry. I'll try to be more careful of that in the future. I bit my lip, feeling guilty for how thoughtless and selfish I'd been. Ugh, why are you apologizing? I'm just asking for my own convenience. It's not like you did anything wrong. But yeah, going to St. Anya's was a bad move. But it's not like I don't have any friends. I've got a ton from outside of school. So I'm fine. Besides, there's like a bajillion things I want to do. Figuring all that out takes literally all my time. I don't have room to worry about school. Oh, what do you want to do? Lots of stuff. Once I move to America, I want to study all the subjects I'm interested in. I want to try backpacking too. Being an entrepreneur sounds fun. I'm going to go get a hot man too. Don't care about the marriage, but I want to live in a mansion. Whether I end up marrying or not, I want to do everything I can while I'm still a student. I've got nothing tying me down right now. Arimura's smile was blinding. I never realized how powerful it was to talk about things you wanted to do in your own words. You're amazing, Arimura. What? No. You're the amazing one. You're like from this super famous old family, and are the heir to massive fortune and future. I'm just doing whatever. She's really amazing. What? Arimura looked uncomfortable. I'd been staring. I quickly averted my eyes. Oh, I should go get out more snacks. Have as much as you like. Oh, whoa. I'm fine. I have plenty. I'm going to take off. I'm trying to make her sleep over or something. Stay just a bit longer, please. Seriously? As I set up more snacks on the tray, I realized my heart was dancing. This must be how it feels to make new friends. So happy. Okay, seriously, I really have to go now. Alright, feel free to visit anytime. She must have a lot of freedom. Like, her parents are in America. I don't know if she has any... I mean, they're new rich, so I don't know if they hire, like, a bunch of, like, maids for her, or they just let her do her own thing, like, get an apartment for her or something. If she's just by herself, she's probably have, like, so much freedom. So dangerous for a high school student to have, like, that much freedom. Just, like, off the hook and just going wild. If I feel like it, I guess. Are you going home, miss? If you'd like, I can have a car brought around. Kasuga must have kept an ear out for us, because he appeared in the foyer right as we walked in. No thanks, I've already called a taxi. While Arimura quickly put on her shoes, I walked over to the living room and opened it. Ah, I thought I heard Noah. Good afternoon. Oh, or is it good evening by now? If Shion, like, seeing her as a person right now? Shion's smile was as graceful and beautiful as ever. Arimura looked at him, her eye twitching slightly. I was sure it was bad memories for when she tried to hit on him before. I'm sorry, Arimura. Yeah, like, this is the house where all the guys are at. This might get a little awkward. Whoa, it really is Noah. Since you're already here, why don't you stay for dinner? So I can ogle her chest some more. No, thank you. I've got plans this evening. There, you hear that? She already has plans, so stop pestering her. Come on, let's go. I took her by the elbow and tugged her after me as we stepped out of the house. Sorry about them. I bowed to her in apology. She gave me a sympathetic look. Nah, it's fine. You've got your hands full, having to wrangle that crew. So, yeah. Get in touch if you need anything again. By Wiz. She put an emphasis on the word Wiz. I grimaced and nodded. There's my taxi. Get you later. And then the ice cream truck in the background. not in game, but in real life. I watched the taxi drive away, my thoughts idly going through the events of the afternoon. Arimura was so free. It wasn't only because of her family situation. She made a concerted effort to be free. When she said that she was going to do what she wanted to do, she absolutely shone in my eyes. The Tojo family heir. That future always loomed over me. I didn't particularly hate the idea, not anymore, but I couldn't deny that a tiny piece of my heart was envious of her. Hibari, dinner is ready. Yeah, hurry up and get in here before Nayata eats it all. Taiga, no fair. Wait, no. I mean, you don't have to worry. Hibari, I'll guard your portion. Guys, you do realize that I made all this for Hibari, not you. Be grateful that you get any yet. Come on, Hibari. We're all waiting. I sighed and reluctantly toward the front door. I'd like to hang out with Arimura again sometime. Maybe we could even become better friends. Right, Arimura's dream cleared. That's good. She has like a clear vision of what she wants to do. Oh, RABI brought back a new video. Oh, and we have a whiz message. Both. So we'll check both. Living room. Lead actress. Starring all the guys. Let's look at another skit. Oh man, that movie was so good. Yeah, romances are usually lame, but this one had some surprisingly awesome action and explosions. Totally worth the watch, because we get to see is this all their taste in movies? Definitely, the narrative was well developed too. The way they used foreshadowing was brilliant. And they paid a lot of attention to the costumes and hair. It all fit the world building perfectly. I also agree it was an excellent film. All the characters were so good, and the headstrong lead kinda reminds me of Hibari. Seriously? If anything, she's more like a brash little kid character. The way that kid was so quick to sulk was exactly like her. But I thought she was more like the shy and sweet princessy one. If you ask me, she's more like that pretty but awkward young lady. They both make the same cute grumpy face when they trip over words. They like all view her in like a different way. I think Hibari would be great in any role, but I think the absolute perfect fit for her is a damsel who needs protection. What? And I'd be her strongest bodyguard. I'd risk my life to protect Hibari. And finally, she'd thank me, and it'd be one big happy ending. Wow, what a whirlwind. You mean your story ends with just a thank you? Not with falling in love? Nothing wrong with that. While we're at it, let's go get some big ol' action scenes in there. Bam, boom, explosions left and right. I don't think it might not make sense in any context, but okay. Great. I think I could withstand 3 solid explosions. What? My version of Hibari would be shocked and speechless if she saw Nayata get blown up right in front of her. I see her react that way all the time. We don't need a movie for that. If I had my way, I'd like to see Hibari in a role that's a bit different from her usual self. You've got a point there. Okay, how about this? The story begins in a luxury hotel. We lock eyes in the lounge, and it's love at first sight. But alas, we discover our families are sworn enemies. This is Romeo and Juliet, just modernized. Do I run away with my love? Or do I kill her with my own 2 hands? After agonizing over it, Hibari turns to me and says, okay, we kind of escalated there, but... Die? Yes, die. Wait, she said... Wait, no! I'd really like her to say that to me. Wait, what? I mean, that does sound like a normal thing she'd say to you. But my Hibari would never. She'd never. Those are your fantasies, Ichiya. The real Hibari has no love for you. No need to kick him while he's down, bro. What about you, huh? What kind of movie do you think is best for the lady? Let's see. What would bring out Hibari's charms? Perhaps a silent film. No talking aloud. Just quiet time. You mean those ones where people don't talk? Perceptive as always, Taiga. The fewer vocals there are, the more the audience pays attention to the visuals. They'll focus on her, you see. I think a simple story is best. One about a man and a woman who meets when traveling and become lovers. That would be cute if it had a fairy tale feel to it, too. Kinda gives me bad vibes, too, and he's like, yeah, let's have no one talking. Just, I don't know. Gives me, like, Mad Father vibes or something. He's, like, gonna turn her into a doll or something. Like, no talking, just be pretty. Wait, if it's a fairy tale, would Hibari be the princess? And does that mean she'd wear a big dress and super high heels? Why is that important? That kind of outfit would look good on her, right? Yes, especially the heels, Nayata, you need to calm down, buddy. Why you focus on the heel portion? Talking about her like this makes me think that Hibari would be a great actress. Totally. Hibari's so beautiful and smart. She's perfect. I'm sure she'd be good at it. I'm not so sure. Yeah, I'm not either. She could pull off the look, though. What? Why not? I think she'd be great. Dude, just think about it. Can you imagine the lady fawning over pickup lines from Ichiya here? Even if it were just a performance? Yeah, she would crack. Would you like to see Hibari smile at Ichiya and say things like, "You're amazing. You're so handsome. I love you." Nayata? My version of Hibari wouldn't be acting. She'd say all that with honesty. I'm very sorry, Ichiya, but I would not like to see Hibari like that. Right? She's better off the way she is. I like how shy Hibari is, and how she glares at anyone who points a camera at her. Yeah, that's super cute. Hibari is perfect just the way she is. But my Hibari? You have fun in your with your imaginary girlfriend, bro. I'll keep it a secret from the lady for you. Imaginary Hibari. Oh, that was weird. Talking about us. Why are they just making fun of his weird ideas? But getting mad at them is beside the point. I need to stamp out Ichiya's idea of me. Stat! That was my new mission. Finn. Okay. He's like always been delusional, but okay. Alrighty, so that was the second little skit. It doesn't say switch it, so I'm guessing there's probably another living room skit. Keep it as is. Okay, back to the board. Oh wait, we got a whiz message too. Oh, from Arimura. You're the only you. How's RABI? It's feeling much better. You worked a miracle, Arimura. Thank you. Don't exaggerate. But it's true. I really think you're an amazing person. Not only do you have the skill to fix RABI, but the way you think too. Huh? You know, about the future. You can look at things from different angles. I'm almost jealous. Ugh. Well, yeah, I'm different from you, duh. Besides, that stuff is all wishful thinking. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Maybe, but I can never think the way you do. Don't tell yourself that. I don't like it when people get all defeatist. I'm sorry. I wasn't asking for an apology. Ugh. You're you, okay? You're the only you on the planet Earth. Huh? All the good stuff, all the bad stuff, put together, it makes you. Yeah, I get jealous. I'm jealous of others sometimes. But I'm still me. All I'm capable of is being my best self as much as I can. So, I should be me too? Yeah. I'll handle RABI's maintenance, but I'm not on board to fix you too. Good point. But, if possible, I do want to chat with you more. But that's just a wish, really. Now you're getting it. So you won't... Nope. Well, maybe. Which is it? Maybe, if I'm in the mood. Sorry. Today, Bo is here. Gotta run. Or today's Bo. There's many Bows. Oh, sure. Wait, what's a bow? Okay. Okay, that was a good message. There's no choices in that message. It's a nice conversation, though. I guess we could squeeze in one more chapter. My one true ally, and I think after this, it makes us switch to Shion's board. Maybe gets. Although there's like one more event after that before like we get the lock, but maybe it just makes more sense that way. Maybe that's how they decided to do it. Alright, let's do my one true ally. I hated thunder as a child, but it gave me the push I needed to trust my new butler, Kasuga. Oh, this is some backstory. Play this event. It was an ordinary morning. But dark, thick clouds gathered in the sky outside my window. Looks like it's going to rain. My head hurt a little, probably because of the drop in air pressure. I sighed, then left my bedroom to go have breakfast. Morning, Hibari. Yo, babe. Morning. Good morning, Hibari. Are you hungry? I'm starving. Let's eat. Nayata, please keep your voice down during mealtime. Hibari, today I've cooked up a delicious panini especially for you. I made it a bit smaller than normal, so it would be easier to eat. You have such a beautiful, dainty mouth after all. I'll be right back with it. Okay, now my headache's worse. I took a seat, scowling over the immense headache that clearly wasn't due to the air pressure. Oh, Hibari! Did you hear a typhoon's coming this afternoon? It's supposed to rain like nuts. Why is he so excited? Yup, and they also said there's gonna be thunder and lightning. Sure hope it doesn't strike around here. Lightning? I stared at what Taiga said, then I looked up and saw him snickering at me. Wait, that's me, does he know? She must be scared. She's like Haruhi from Ouran High School Host Club. She must be scared of lightning. What's the matter, babe? You ain't scared of a little lightning, are ya? Huh? You should have told us sooner. Say, why don't you sleep in bed with me tonight? Oh wow, you're being very forthright. I'll stay with you until morning. That way you'll feel safe and sleep soundly, right? What? No, hold on. Hibari, allow me. Let me be the one to protect you. Everyone's gonna be fighting to sleep with her. No. Bad. Down. Oh, are we having a sleepover? That'll bring tons of snacks and some playing cards and... Oh my gosh. Quiet! All the boys shut their mouths and blinked their eyes. I let out a deep and exasperated sigh. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not afraid of thunder or lightning. How old do you think I am? It's not a question of age. It wouldn't be out of the ordinary if someone as delicate as you were frightened by... Oh my gosh, no! Besides, if by some chance I were afraid of lightning, I'd never turn to you guys for comfort. What? So you're just gonna lie in bed shivering all alone? I have no plans to do so, but if I ever need anything, I have Kasuga. May I help you, miss? No, nothing. Kasuga looked curious, but I casually averted my gaze. I didn't want to talk about this because Kasuga was around. Anyway, Kasuga, I need to go to the hairdresser soon. Yes, miss. I thought it was about that time. So I already made you an appointment this weekend. I see. Thank you. My pleasure. Well then, I'll go get the car ready. Oh good, now's my chance to get out of here. They're all pouting. I turned away from Kasuga and flinched immediately. All the boys are staring at me. We chose the butler over you guys. Haha. What is it? I questioned them with suspicion, and Ichiya smiled awkwardly as he set the food down. Well, it's just... you and Kasuga are always in sync with each other, and, yeah, he's right. It's like Kasuga can predict everything about you, Hibari. Dude's definitely more than just a butler. What are you getting at? No, it's just, you... He means you and Jeeves are a little too close. Huh? I mean, I get it. He's a very talented butler, and it's only natural that having him around makes you feel reassured. But what about Kasuga? Isn't it rather peculiar that despite always being around such a charming young lady, he hasn't fallen for you yet? So, you mean... Kasuga's our secret competition? Now that's interesting. Oh god, now it's like, maybe he's like a secret route. now you're making me think like maybe he's a secret route. I wonder. Well, tell us, Hibari. Ugh, these stupid boys. He might be. I mean, there's like the 4 guys, and then there's a true route after that. So, yeah, I mean, like, who else would it be, right? It's like, they pull, like, a Peter on us and have, like, I don't know, RABI is actually a dude. I don't know. I don't think they'd do that. There's no magic in here. They could have been joking around, but I suspected they were halfway serious. I shook my head at the absurdity of it all. Kasuga is my personal butler. We've known each other for a long time, and I trust him. But there's nothing more to it than that. I'm sure Kasuga would say the same. Well, actually, if you asked him about it, I'm sure he'd just scoff at you. Well, it's still possible that you don't realize it yourself, Hibari. Nope, that's absolutely ridiculous. This conversation is over. I silently ate my panini and made a quick exit from the dining room. Maybe she's so insistent. She probably sees him more like a brother. They've like known each other for so long. Good grief, such clueless boys. Fed up, I went outside to find Kasuga waiting for me after he finished getting the car ready. Oh my, now that's quite the scowl. Certainly a quick way to get wrinkles. See, how could someone like that be romantically interested in me? He's very obsessed with you, though. You don't see that side of him. They're all like all the guys are like somehow obsessed with Hibari. Kasuga makes a little bit more sense because like they have a history. The other guys, not so much. No history between them. Tsumugi and I were having lunch together as usual. I was complaining about what happened this morning when Tsumugi smiled and said something meaningful. I get where they're coming from though. No matter how you look at it, Kasuga is the closest guy to you, Hibari. Plus, the premise of a young lady and her butler. Oh, it's the kind of forbidden romance that every girl fantasizes about at least once in her life. Oh no, something flipped her weirdo switch. I waited for Tsumugi to take a pause in her ramblings, about all these stories involving ladies and their butlers, and then I heaved a long sigh. Tsumugi, you don't know that Kasuga and I don't have that kind of relationship, right? Yes, of course. I definitely, absolutely know that. Then why... I just got a little nostalgic is all. Nostalgic? Yes, it's because I had suspicions of my own regarding your relationship with Kasuga back when we first became friends. Like when we were in middle school. Middle school? And Kasuga? Oh no, not this awful story. Oh, hey Tsumugi. You know that anime you were just telling me about? Changing the subject, what? Now I gotta know. I remember it like it was yesterday. It was a beautiful sunny day. It's no use. She's going full speed ahead. Tsumugi began talking with an enraptured expression, despite me being on the verge of tears. There's a girl in our 3rd year of middle school who was in love with a boy. And yes, that boy was Kasuga. I heard she couldn't get Kasuga out of her mind ever since she clapped eyes on him. It was when he was seeing you off to school, Hibari. How did she know all that? One day, she confided her pent-up feelings to him, and of course he flat out rejected her. But here's where the real problem began, for there was a witness to her confession of love. Wasn't there, Hibari? Well... The way you sulked in that moment. Oh my, Hibari, you were so adorable. I thought I was gonna die. You'd rather be with the pretty girl than take care of me, wouldn't you? I don't even know who you are anymore, Kasuga. Why are you putting words in her mouth? Could this be a glimmer of their forbidden love? It sent my heart into such a tizzy that I could hardly sleep a wink. Tsumugi's seemingly endless capacity to fantasize about Kasuga and I astounded me. I could have questioned her about it for hours. But I figured no matter what I asked her, she'd just say that there's always room to dream about love. It wasn't all cutesy like that, Tsumugi. Well, yes, the results were certainly catastrophic. Truly like opening up Pandora's box. You took your anger out on Kasuga by ignoring him for a whole week. I still remember how furious he was despite keeping a smile on his face. Oh, he was furious. I'd never seen Kasuga like that before either. I was so terrified I had nightmares about it. Yes, even to me, the sight of you nearly in tears and apologizing so earnestly wasn't all that adorable. You both shivered thinking about how Kasuga acted that day. What'd you do? Then Tsumugi settled down and forced a smile. When I saw how you two behaved back then, it clicked, and I realized that you weren't at all like that. When I think about it, Hibari, the way you sulked wasn't out of jealousy for a man you loved. It was more like a child who was about to lose her favorite stuffed animal, throwing a temper tantrum. And Kasuga's response was more like an educational instruction in the extreme. It wasn't like he was angry about a misunderstanding with the girl he liked. I'm sure you're right, but hearing someone else say it irks me. Oh my, please excuse me. Anyway, that being the case, I wouldn't doubt your relationship with Kasuga at this point. However, for those who do, I can understand why they'd be thinking about it. Even more so if it's from one of the suitors. Sure, but Kasuga's just Kasuga. Some said we were too close, but that was just normal for us. Don't worry, I don't think the boys really suspect your relationship with Kasuga. What? Then how come? I'm guessing based on the conversation, but maybe they're jealous of Kasuga since you trust him so much. But it's only natural for me to do that. Kasuga's my butler after all. I mean, generally speaking, do you think any of those boys are more dependable than Kasuga? Absolutely not. There's no contest. Yes, of course you're right, but I can't imagine how hard it must be for the suitors. Huh? Did you say something? Nope, nothing at all. Tsumugi looked at me with a troubled but ultimately bright smile on her face. Later after school. The cloudy sky was so gloomy this morning, now looked as if it could rain at any moment. Oh, is it gonna start? Is it gonna start booming? The wind feels tepid and strange. It really started to pick up, so I held my hair back. Then... Thank you for your patience, Miss Hibari. I apologize for the delay. It's going to start pouring soon. Let's go home before the typhoon hits. Yes. Gosh, look at those clouds. I bet it's gonna really storm tonight. Yes, I heard the wind will get even worse, so please be sure to go to bed early tonight. Ah, that reminds me. There's a thunderstorm warning. Will you be needing someone to keep watch? I absolutely do not need that. That was a long time ago, you know. Embarrassed, I turned my gaze to the window. But I saw Kasuga smiling in its reflection. My apologies, miss. It's a very precious memory for me. I'm telling you, I'm fine now. I'm practically an adult. Yes, miss, I am well aware. However, should you need me, all you have to do is call. I will protect you from anything, no matter how small or insignificant. That is my duty, after all. Kasuga's smile, still reflected in the window, made me feel a little uncomfortable, so I frowned at him. And said, I know. Ugh. Brimming with satisfaction, Kasuga turned his attention forward. Maybe he heard me grumbling at him. After dinner. I was doing my homework in my room when I looked up at the sound of raindrops hitting my window. At the same time, a strong wind shook the storm shutter. Thunder. It's getting closer. I chuckled to myself and easily kept my composure as I listened to the low rumbling sound. I wasn't scared of a little thunder and lightning. What I told the boys before was true. However, I used to be really scared of it though. There's a thunderstorm warning. Will you be needing a night watch? The fond memory naturally brought a smile to my face. I'm not even the slightest bit frightened of thunder anymore, ever since getting through that night. It wasn't long after Kasuga had become my personal butler. I was about 9 years old. At first, I wouldn't even approach him, let alone trust him. The reason was simple. I figured he wouldn't be around long anyway. However, our relationship entirely changed one night. Oh no! Oh, I was a little scared of Hibari in a puddle. 1 sheep, 2 sheep. It's her bed. It is her bed background. I'm okay. I'm not scared. I'm not a baby. There's nothing to be afraid of. All I have to do is go to sleep. Just fall asleep already. I'm not afraid. Not at all. Everything's okay. Nothing about this is frightening. I'm totally fine. I'm not scared. I crawled under the covers and shut my eyes tightly. It was the only way I knew how to get through the loneliness on a night like this. If only Mother and Father were still alive. Then they would have let me sleep in their bed, right? If I told them I was scared, they would have stayed by my side and held me tight. Oh, you're such a brave little girl, Miss Hibari. As expected of the Tojo heir. All the servants. Pardon me for treating you like any other child. I shut my eyes tighter as the adults' voices echoed in my mind. That's right. I'm the Tojo heir. So I can't be afraid of thunder and lightning. I shouldn't need to depend on someone else. Suddenly the sound of a knock echoed throughout my room, making me cower. Miss Hibari, are you there? Kasuga? Miss, if you are there, please answer me. Are you alright? What did he come here for? Is she not there? That's right, I'm not here, so just go away. Pardon me. Did you just come in? Ah, he's coming closer. Oh, just a lantern. A little old school here. Miss Hibari, are you asleep? I guess even a flashlight would be old school. Now we just have our phone. Just tripping around the room. Trying to get to the bathroom. What is it? I was just about to go to bed. I see. The power went out because of the weather, so I came to check on you. Oh, okay, it's like emergency lantern. The power's out. I didn't notice because I already had the lights off. If you're all right, then I will leave you be. Yes, I'm fine. Fine and dandy. All right. I apologize for the intrusion. I'll take my leave. Oh. Oh. It's thundering again. Maybe lightning will strike once more. Once more? How can he be so calm? All that rumbling and banging. Oh no! Miss Hibari? Cat's out of the bag. Are you sure you're alright? Even though it's thundering? Yes, I said I'm okay, didn't I? I'm not scared of thunder and lightning at all. So just get out of my room. I'm telling the truth, really. Thunder and lightning can't scare me. That's right, it's true. It's true. Why isn't he saying anything? I'd gotten a little caught up in my worries, so I tried taking a peek at what he was doing. Understood. Then I heard a mysterious sound. I fearfully poked my head out from under the covers. Why is he sitting there? He's gonna sit with you all night, girl. For some reason, Kasuga had settled down right next to the bed. He began adjusting the brightness of the lantern. He's getting paid overtime for this. Hey! Yes, what is it? What are you doing? Night watch duty. Night watch duty? Yes, the rough weather is supposed to continue through the night. Other problems may occur besides the power outage. I don't need you to do that. I'm totally fine. No, I am your personal butler, Miss Hibari. My job is to protect you. But we have school tomorrow, right? If you do not go to sleep soon, you'll have a hard time waking up. But do not worry, you are safe now. So please rest. I'll be right here with you. Ugh! Your attempts to win my favor won't work. You can't fool me, you know. Win your favor, miss? By the time I realized what I'd said, it was already too late. Kasuga tilted his head to the side curiously. I fumbled my words, unable to escape his gaze. I mean, everyone who's ever been my personal servant has been like that. They praised me way too much, sucked up to me, and tried all this weird stuff to butter me up. They're only taking care of me because I'm the Tojo heir. You're just like them, aren't you? I know that much. No, you have the wrong idea entirely. Huh? Those are not my intentions. Understood? But, I mean... Did you just sigh at me? You misunderstand. A butler's job is not as tacky as coddling or flattering their master. First of all, just because I'm employed as a servant does not mean I plan to be servile. Goodness, I am shocked you lumped me in with those bootlickers, the lowest of the low, who completely lack self-respect. Well, he certainly had a sharp tongue. You do not even understand yourself in the first place. What? You're not as mature as you think you are. You are actually quite selfish and stubborn. Like, how dare you? I have been on the tenterhooks, knowing that if I do not watch you like a hawk, you'll find your way into trouble. Selfish? Tenterhooks? No one's ever said that to me before. Kasuga continued on calmly, without caring how stunned I was. A butler is like a right-hand man, and the more capable a butler is, the more they know about their master's strengths, weaknesses, likes, dislikes, everything. And because they know everything, they can sense their master's true wishes, and carry them out as swiftly as possible. So you see, a butler is effectively the most steadfast and reliable ally a lady may have. Ally? I have no time to try to curry favor with you. I must constantly be making every effort to serve you. The reason I am here right now is because it is necessary for you to rest comfortably and peacefully, Miss Hibari. That is what I have determined. But I didn't ask you to. With all due respect, Miss Hibari, you are still not used to expressing your desires. Therefore, I have made a judgment call. But I don't need you to. Truly? Truly. I covered my mouth in a panic, then looked at Kasuga out of the corner of my eyes. That wasn't me being scared. I was just surprised by the flash of light. Yes, I understand. I'll be right here, so please be at ease. No, that's not... Do not worry, I am not going anywhere. Sweet dreams, Miss Hibari. Nearly an hour had passed, and Kasuga still showed no sign of moving. Why has this guy been here the whole time? I told him I didn't want him to. I even told him to get out. So why? How come? Why was he with me? Was it because he was my most steadfast and reliable ally? No matter how many times I closed my eyes or tried to sleep, the words stayed stuck in my head. Ah, that's it! Miss Hibari? Aw, that's cute. I hopped out of the bed and vigorously pulled the covers over Kasuga and myself. Huh? What on earth are you doing? I don't want you catching cold sitting here. You're my butler, so if you get sick, it's my responsibility, so I have no other choice. Kasuga stared blankly at me for a moment. Then a smile spread over his face in surprise. Thank you for your thoughtfulness, but you'll also catch a cold like this. Come on now, into bed with you. I'm fine here. But I felt much safer when I was next to someone like this rather than lying in bed all alone. You should know that. He's the butler after all. As I turned away defiantly from Kasuga, I sensed a smile coming from him. Well then, please scoot a little closer. You'll be warmer that way. It was so comfortable and warm to be nestled next to someone else that I fell asleep before I knew it. Then I heard a gentle voice in my dreams. Don't worry, Miss Hibari. No matter what happens, I will always take your side. You may rest easy and rely on me, no matter what happens. Perhaps I should have agreed, even if it was a dream. That night, I forgot all about the thunder and slept soundly. I became less reserved around Kasuga after that. He was exceedingly mature and composed for an 11-year-old, and he had an extremely sharp tongue. I kind of forget, like, how young he was, like, when he got pulled into service. He was always right, but he also said all kinds of things that grated on my nerves. Nevertheless, since that stormy night, he had undoubtedly become my truest ally. As I was smiling fondly about the distant memory, there was a sudden knock at my bedroom door. Miss Hibari, I have brought you some tea. Thank you. Kasuga came in, poured the tea into a cup, and then gently placed it on my desk. Then he said, I was worried about you when the weather got worse, but you truly seem to be fine. See, I told you I'm fine. Indeed. Do you not think the suitors would be relieved to see your happy face? Why are you bringing them up? They're making quite a fuss worrying about you, Miss Hibari. A fuss, huh? They're not worried about me, they're just trying to find an excuse to for me to pay attention to them. That's certainly part of it, but I do think that it is also true that they were worried about you. Kasuga, you're surprisingly supportive of them, aren't you? It's kind of weird. If you think of him as being on Hibari's side, I mean, I guess he's not being, like, super possessive of her. But is he gonna be okay with her just going with, like, any guy in or out? Do you think so? I think my behavior is rather normal. I furrowed my brow and ignored the way he cocked his head to the side in doubt. Kasuga strangely seems to have a soft spot for them in general, doesn't he? Until now, he has been so overprotective that it was off-putting. If anyone got close to me that he didn't like, even just a little, he'd immediately make them take a hike. And yet, he gives the suitors free rein. I was sure Kasuga would have managed to do something if he wanted to, even if this was all grandfather's orders. I had a small thought in the back of my mind ever since the beginning of this living situation. Hey, Kasuga. Yes, miss? He looked at me curiously. I took a moment to think before I spoke. You tacitly condone their living here because you think they're suitable grooms, don't you? Kasuga, do you respect them? He blinked once at my question, then smiled slightly. All right, I shall tell you a little of how I feel. As you are the heir to the Tojo family, I knew it was inevitable that you would marry someday, and when that time came, I intended to do my best to help you choose. However, you are in high school. I presumed there was still time. That is why I was genuinely surprised by the master's plan. Just surprised? No. Naturally, I objected and asked if he had gone mad as well. That's a little harsher than I would have put it. However, when the master explained the circumstances, I had no choice but to accept the situation. For your sake. Wait a minute. What circumstances? I didn't... As I leaned forward, Kasuga shook his head at me slightly. The master will speak to you about it when the time is right. My hands are tied. Really? No, give me more info. Is it like the Branch family? Maybe they're causing a fuss. I'm thinking about it. Like, in like a power situation, they said the Branch, like their relatives are like quite pleased about this selection of suitors. Even though they seem like absolutely terrible. But yeah, if Hibari marries someone that's like not entirely suitable, it would bring down like the main Branch's family and then maybe like a side branch, which I take power after that. Like, I don't know. We need more info. No fair. Kasuga clearly wasn't going to speak further on the subject, even though I tried to show I wasn't satisfied. When I reluctantly backed down, he spoke again, looking pleased. If I may speak freely, the suitors are all wait-and-see situations. I thought that since you would take a husband anyway, there's a reason to consider them. Besides... If you use this opportunity to overcome your impaired communication skills, that is to say, your shyness, then I would consider that a win, Miss Hibari. What impaired communication skills? I mean, she clearly wants to make friends, not to throw a bunch of men at her. I mean, she's super into Arimura. Kasuga brushed aside my glare and smiled happily at me. Maybe she just needs a different environment. Like, take her out of the school. Take her out of the toxic St. Anya's, jeez. But please do not worry, miss. If you truly dislike the suitors, then I will do everything in my power to get rid of them. I wasn't a fan of his choice of words, but I understood what he was saying. You truly... I mean, she was pretty mad at them before. I guess it gave a little bit of leeway there. This was the Kasuga I knew. It was very like him. Although I was somewhat taken aback, I still asked the question that sprang to mind. So, what kind of groom will you approve of in the end? That is simple. Someone who does neither harm nor good. It is content to be decorative. That would be best. Oh, okay. I mean, Shion is like the decoration here. Maybe if he's just a decoration, then technically Hibari would have all the power in the relationship. What? The head of the Tojo family is essentially a solitary ruler, which makes you, Miss Hibari, a queen. So your husband will not be allowed to stand in front of you, or even beside you. He must always stand behind you and remain quiet. Not even beside me. He's just a stud at that point. He's just a sperm donor. But I can't rely on someone who's just decorative. You know? I'm definitely gonna need some help sometimes. I pride myself in saying that is my duty, is it not? He's gonna be the true king. He said this with a smile, rendering me speechless. I mean, it is, but... He's like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna be the one really by your side, no matter who you choose. Why is he so confident? That duty is the reason why I am here. You don't mind Hibari, though? You like getting married to some other dude, though? Maybe he's into that, I don't know. I fell silent and Kasuga's expression turned serious. No matter what kind of partner you choose, Miss Hibari, I will never leave your side. I will prioritize you over anyone else in the world, and I will continue to be your truest ally. So please, rest assured. His gentle and calm words seeped into my heart. Okay. I believed him, from the bottom of my heart. Because Kasuga was my truest ally. That wouldn't change no matter whom I married. There's no way I'd ever part with him. I smiled at him, despite feeling a little embarrassed. Then I said one more thing. I'm glad we'll always be together. Kasuga smiled back gently and bowed as if to give me his word. The other guys would be pissed too. I was like, oh, the butler is always here in the relationship. Okay, RABI has another video. Oh, the next one isn't highlighted. Are we locked out after this? I guess after this we have to do the Shion route. Then we'll unlock some more. Okay, let's look at the RABI video. A little skit. To write a love letter. Alright, starring all the guys again. Bro, your pickup lines are too much. Just hearing them gives me the creeps. Haha, you just don't get it, do you? Women feel comforted hearing sweet words. You really tire a girl out if she has to date your ego too. You better watch yourself, Ichiya. I wouldn't! Oh, I don't know. Is this okay? Should I even give it to her? Dude, Nayuta, what's with you? You know, Nayuta, I think this is the first time I've really seen you use your brain. Wow, you're so... Shion! Is that pen and paper in your hand? Not a pair of chopsticks and a dumbbell? It's like, what? You're being intellectual? Hey guys, check outside. Do you see any pigs flying? Anyway, what's got you down, Nayuta? Got a guilty conscience? No, I didn't do anything bad. I just, wrote a love letter. A love letter? Bro, are you 95 or something? Nobody really does that anymore. I think Ichiya. I think you would be the first to do it. You're making it over the top. But one of the grandpas at the park told me. He said if I like a girl, it's best to write her a love letter. That's how he won over his lady, with sweet words. Did you hear that, Ichiya? Sweet words. Looks like you've got a buddy. But I agree though, you should write a letter. It's common overseas to send special letters as a greeting too. Special greeting? Never mind. I don't know what that means. But they're like super cool. It depends on the writer and the content. What did you write into Hibari and yours? It's nothing really. Just show it to us, bro. No! What's it say? I'll stand by your side or behind you or wherever and protect you from lots of bad stuff. So it's okay for you to step all over me anytime you want. Please scold me a lot, anytime. And remember, I'll be watching every move you make. You sound like a stalker, bro! And a pervert. That was certainly something. Now, if I were writing the letter, I would have made it more sweet, more wistful, imbued with a passion that would surely make her melt. Sweet. Melt? Please, tell me how to do this. Huh? Oh, right. Yes. If you want to express yourself in that way, then I guess I could give you some advice. You're the best. Do you think Nayuta will turn into Ichiya? I hope not. I couldn't handle two of them. Alright, just write what I say. Start off by complimenting her physical appearance. Your lips are like luscious strawberries, so seductive that I cannot help but steal a kiss from them. When I look at you, I feel immersed in sweetness, as if I were dipped in honey. But your beauty is not on the outside. Is not just on the outside, for your heart is as pure as holy water. Holy water? Like healthy water? Whatever. Your pure heart dazzles me, a sparkling delight. To you, with the strawberry lips, who's as sweet as honey and as pure as holy water. A toast. Strawberries, honey, water, toast. Sounds like you're making a grocery list. What is all that shit? It doesn't even make sense. Ha! Say what you will. The only person I want to share these feelings with, anyway, is Hibari. You're gonna give her a headache. What do you think, Nayata? Wasn't my love letter guidance most help? Taiga, Shion, do you two have any ideas? I need advice on how to write a letter that'll actually make Hibari happy. Oh wow, even he just like, he knows Ichiya's full of crap. If you only take Ichiya's suggestions, you'll just end up confusing Hibari. Let's see. If I were to send a greeting card, I'd probably describe the scenery around me and what I'm feeling. Yeah, it seems a little self-centered, but okay. I'm writing to you from the garden, where there's a pleasant breeze, something like that. The beautiful flowers sway gently, etc. I see. My surroundings. Okie dokie. What about you, Taiga? Any recommendations? Why me? I'm sure you have some advice for him. You have more life experience, right? Fine, fine. Alright, listen up, Nayata. I'm gonna teach you the trick to writing love letters. I'm all ears. Keep it simple. Tell her how you feel in as few words as possible. Just a few words. That's right, bro. You gotta end strong, too. Something powerful that gets her right in the heart, okay? Understood. Wow, I feel like I could write something amazing right now. I'm gonna go rewrite it. Go for it, bro. I'm sure you'll compose a work of literary genius. I did give you impassioned direction, after all. Well, as long as he sticks to the landing. I cannot wait to see what he comes up with. I don't know what Nayata's gonna write. Is this supposed to be a love letter? Let's have strawberries and honey together. Then I'll drink a sweet glass of water that looks like you, Hibari, with toast. Right now, Ichiya, Taiga, and Shion are lying on the couch in front of me. Well, that's the scenery. They've been lazing about all day, just chatting. Step on me. Nayata, you got me. I guess he stuck the landing. Vin. It just feels like harassment at this point. Like, I have to deal with all this crap. Alright. Still says to keep it at the living room, so I'll keep it at the living room. I guess no whiz messages. Yeah, no whiz messages. Back to the board. Okay. This is so dumb. Alrighty. Ended off on a funny note. But yeah, it got a little serious with Kasuga. Kasuga's little chapter there makes me think he has to play like. I refuse to believe that there's no route with him. There has to be a route. There has to be a secret route. They're like pushing him too hard. Unless this is just all backstory, like. Trying to think of like other situations where like, there's a childhood friend that doesn't become a love interest. Like that's usually like one of the core cast. Is usually like a childhood friend love interest. Anywho. Alright, well, I need a little rest. We've been going for quite a while again. An hour and 30 minutes. So we'll begin Shion's route, or at least his first barricade board, in the next episode. Wonder how this might be like short chapters again, like how Nayato was. But yeah, I kind of want to keep going, but yeah, I gotta take a break. Need a little break for my voice. Let's save. Over here, I like his little icon too, the little moon, little crescent moon. Alrighty, well, hope you guys had a fun and relaxing time, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.